Bangor. From the Great Northwoods to the Rockbound Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, the latest on a messy train derailment near Moosehead Lake. Plus, it's becoming a grassroots effort to change the way electricity is sold here in Maine. And the Cinderella Project is making dreams come true for those heading to the big dance. Good morning, everyone. I'm Craig Polson. Emma Smith is off today. We thank you for joining us. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, check with the forecast. We had beautiful weather on Saturday. Yesterday, a little bit on the gray side. Looks like that's what we'll see today, too. Starting off gray out there with some drizzly conditions. May see some stronger rainfall as the day rolls along, especially this afternoon into tonight. For more on what we can expect, we're going to turn things over to Conrad, who's sitting in for Devin, who also has the day off today.
Thank you so much, and good morning to you. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, folks, we made it to good morning. Big changes on the way today, though. We had a good amount of sunshine the last several days today, and not the same story. We're actually going to have more chances of rain. Visibilities are low right now all over the state. Millinocket into our town, same story. And right by the coast, we're looking at fog. This is not rain falling. This is fog all over the area. So be careful if you're driving for that morning commute today. I know it's a Monday. We're all pretty much going to work. Temperatures, though, we will take these any day. Pretty much 50 degrees down the board. Even the coast, Rockland, Bar Harbor, into Machias, we're looking at some upper 40s. So a really nice and pleasant start to the day today. Later on today, we're going to warm up slightly, not much. We'll be hovering in those upper 50s, morning dense fog, and then we finally clear up, but rain will be the issue today. Tonight is when it really starts to ramp up. The winds will start to be more on the windy end. Rain will become heavy and temperatures will be dropping into those mid-40s. Tomorrow, a deja vu day from today. More scattered rain showers throughout the day. Temperatures once again in those upper 50s. The south wind will be blowing at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later today, we're looking at temperatures starting to rise with more chances of rain moving on in.
All right, thank you very much, Conrad. We'll see you a little later on with a full forecast. Looks like most of the week will be pretty nice as we head on. Well, in today's news, crews will return to the scene of a scary train derailment that caused a lot of concern over the weekend. 3 Canadian Pacific locomotives and multiple boxcars derailed early Saturday morning in the Moosehead Lake region, sending 3 railroad workers to the hospital. Multiple agencies responded to the accident in Sandwich Academy Township to help with the cleanup and to contain the fire caused by the wreck. Among them was Orono Deputy Fire Chief Kevin Soroy.
At the time that we arrived, there was a lot of fire personnel, and we met up with their incident commander, got briefed on the situation, and then we deployed a entry team to go down to the site and air monitor, but also look for any damaged containers.
Greenville Fire Department's Facebook page, hazardous materials were present on the train, but did not leak from their containers. Those rail cars have already been removed from the scene. The rail workers who were injured have also been released from the hospital after receiving treatment. The Greenville Fire Department states it is believed the derailment was caused by a track washout from the spring thaw. Crews will be back on the scene today, continuing the task of removing the wreckage and repairing the rail lines. Crews quickly put out a brush fire in Bucksport over the weekend. Bucksport Fire Department Captain John Gavlik says first responders found an out-of-control brush fire on Saturday, and it was approaching the deck of a house on Millvale Road. While officials say the flames were out after approximately 15 minutes, Gavlik says the incident is a reminder to be careful around all dry materials in the spring's warm weather.
Very dangerous out here right now. Town of Bucksport actually has no open burn permits allowed right now. A lot of fires in all of the surrounding communities, so it's very dangerous in the woods with the fires.
Well, officials say the fire burned about a half an acre of land, but no homes were damaged and no injuries were reported. Gavlik says the cause of the fire is being investigated by the Maine Department of Forestry. Maybe better check with your town or your fire department before you do any outside burning this time of year. Well, a GoFundMe fundraiser is underway to help the family of a Brewer High School student who was killed Friday during a fall in Acadia National Park. 17-year-old Bryce Basso was hiking with friends near Otter Cliffs when he fell approximately 25 feet. A National Park Service spokesperson says park rangers, Bar Harbor Police, and fire departments responded to the scene around noon on Friday. They performed CPR but were unable to save him. The National Park Service reported the incident to the Maine office of the Chief Medical Examiner, which handles investigations of unexpected deaths. Bryce was a student athlete at Brewer High School and is now being remembered as a well-liked and hard-working young man. A GoFundMe effort in his name is now underway to help his family cover the cost of his funeral and other expenses. 2 juveniles from Waterville have been identified after allegedly sending a threat of violence to many students and staff of the Waterville School Department on Friday night. Waterville Police Department became aware of the threat in the late evening hours, and they were able to determine quickly that the student who was assigned to the account was not the person who sent the message. Waterville police and school officials investigated through the night and were able to determine the location of where the messages were sent and who sent them. The 2 juveniles from Waterville are now both charged with terrorizing, which is a Class D crime. A local church group has begun a grassroots initiative to inform voters about a 2023 ballot decision. Devin Dagnall sat in on one of their meetings to learn more.
There needs to be education for the general public about what this initiative is about.
The Maine Unitarian Universalist Advocacy Network began a campaign Sunday morning to educate the general public about the ballot initiative concerning Pine Tree Power.
This is about the citizens of Maine voting to replace CMP, Central Maine Power, and Versant, which are both investor-owned utilities, with a consumer-owned utility for Maine.
The chair of the Climate Action Issue Group for Muson, Jill Lindsay, says it's time to do away with for-profit companies that control Maine's power system. Lindsay states last year alone, Central Maine Power reported nearly $200 million of profit, and she thinks those profits could be put to better use in a consumer-owned utility like Pine Tree Power.
If we had a non-profit consumer-owned utility, that money could go to lower people's rates, their electricity rates, and to better support our electricity grid.
In the past, groups like the Maine Affordable Energy Coalition have voiced strong opposition to the idea of a consumer-owned utility, stating the change will come at the cost of taxpayers and effectively worsen the existing power system here in the state. Lindsay believes otherwise.
It will lower people's electricity rates. It will make your power more reliable. You have more local control over that power. It's a win-win situation for everybody.
If you would like to learn more, visit ourpowermaine.org. In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Maine's Attorney General is issuing a warning to the public about a rise in paving scams. According to the AG's office, paving scams often begin when a seller offers a too-good-to-be-true price for a paving job, or they may provide an unclear estimate. They will often claim that they have leftover asphalt from another nearby job and request to begin a new job immediately, which is another red flag. Attorney General Aaron Fry says once the job is done, the pavers might try to strong-arm consumers into paying a higher price than was originally agreed.
There's no legitimate pavers out there who are going door to door doing it the same day. You are being scammed if that's the case. And so we get these calls every year starting at about this time. And we want consumers to know that when they get that knock on their door, they should be skeptical.
Good way to avoid these types of scams: don't let pavers do any job without signing a contract first. AG Fry says Maine law requires door-to-door sellers of paving services to provide written contracts with a number of specific provisions. Lawmakers recently introduced a series of bills in an effort to expand accessible transportation to smaller cities in Maine. Senator Joe Baldacci and Senator Ben Chipman are working with cities, including Lewiston, Waterville, and Augusta, to expand Maine's passenger railway service. Baldacci says that leaders in those cities and in Bangor have created a coalition to push for railway services to be built using federal funds from the bipartisan infrastructure law previously passed by Congress. The infrastructure law invests in public transportation, rebuilding roads and passenger rail service, as well as other projects. Baldacci says the railway system would help those traveling to receive health care treatments, to reach schools and sporting events, among other things.
The passenger train issue is very popular for people north of Portland, and it's popular regardless of party. It's really something that people understand will be an economic development plus, and really the rest of the state deserves to have access to passenger rail, not just the part of the state that goes from Portland to Boston.
Baldacci says the proposal to the Transportation Committee includes a provision that the last stop on the railway service would be located at the University of Maine in Orono to assist those traveling to and from school. The proposed bills are awaiting further action in the committee. Well, the time now is 8:11. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, going to the prom can be a very expensive proposition for a lot of Maine families. That's why folks with the Cinderella Project were passing out gowns. But first, let's take another look at that weather forecast. We can expect some fog this morning and drizzle, and then more rain picking up this afternoon. The highs will be up near 58 degrees. It'll be rainy and windy overnight with a low in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, just like today, more rain showers on the way. The high tomorrow also around 58.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
It wasn't just a little bit of soot on an old family photo. It wasn't just a couple of books soaked in water. And when you called Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, you were not just another customer. That family photo hangs high yet again, and those irreplaceable first editions stay cemented in history. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
A quality replacement window made with Fibrix material, which is twice as strong as vinyl, delivered through a stress-free process. Welcome to Renewal by Andersen. Get the peace of mind knowing Renewal by Andersen handles everything, from start to finish. With one call, you'll enjoy working with the best people, exclusive products, and a superior process.
It's the people.
It's the process.
It's the product.
Call now to get our exceptional signature service. This fantastic offer is available only for a limited time. Renewal by Andersen, the better way to a better window.
Paramount Paving, Maine's go-to for all your paving and seal coating. Paramount Paving offers commercial and residential paving and seal coating services throughout eastern and central Maine. Give us a call for a free estimate today. Paramount Paving. When it comes to paving, we are Paramount.
A cosmic creation, a cremation rather. A Maine doctor and veteran had his cremated remains launched into space last week on a memorial space flight. The company Celestis offers this service for families to have a unique way to say goodbye to their loved ones. Dr. John Darby was a doctor at Maine Medical Center and also served as chief of flight medicine at Reese Air Force Base in Lubbock, Texas. His remains were shot into space on Thursday night, where they will orbit the Earth for the next few years, eventually re-entering and burning up in the atmosphere. Celestis and Darby's family says he had a lifelong fascination with science and aviation that began when he was a young boy. His family also saw this as the perfect tribute to his life and legacy. Although there was no horse-drawn carriage on Saturday, a part of Belfast was really like something out of a fairy tale. Our David Ledford has the story.
Without this opportunity, I wouldn't be able to get as good quality options, as many options as there are here. I love the dress that I found. It's beautiful, it makes me feel beautiful, and I'm excited to wear it. It makes me feel excited that there's this opportunity for us, and that there's this community that cares about people.
With the arrival of prom season, the Cinderella Project returned to Belfast to make dreams come true once again. High school students from across the state lined up at the Wentworth Event Center in search of the perfect dress. Thanks to the project, students can take home the dress of their choice, completely free of charge.
Have you seen the price of prom dresses lately? I mean, sometimes it's beyond some people to be able to purchase some of those dresses. Part of the goal for this project is also to promote positive body image and self-esteem for young adults.
Once upon a time, the project was organized by a group of parents. Since then, the event has grown in popularity and is now run by Waldo Community Action Partners and volunteer fairy godmothers. Partnerships with local businesses and community donations help the program offer more than 100 dresses Saturday. Some of the participants said the day brought back fond memories.
Whenever we go to Rennie's, I would stand outside the windows while my parents were at Rennie's and just gaze at the dresses. So yeah, it means a lot that I can be here when I'm older and that they're still around, and yeah, it means a lot.
In Belfast, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
An exciting day for them. All right, well, the time now is 8:16. Coming up after the break, 4 people are dead after gunfire erupts during a Sweet 16 party in Alabama. Plus, we'll also hear why cocktails to go from your favorite local restaurants could become permanent in Maine. We'll be right back.
No matter what type of dog you have, or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Make the most of your waterfront with a Shoremaster dock system from Hammond Lumber Company. Shoremaster docks and boat lifts have been the trusted choice for decades. With Shoremaster, you get the expert product knowledge and first-class service you've come to expect from Hammond Lumber. Hammond is the country's largest stocking Shoremaster dealer, so you won't wait to get the dock system you want. Hammond delivers from any of their locations across Maine and New Hampshire with professional service after the sale. Your dream waterfront begins with Shoremaster from Hammond Lumber Company.
Now is the time to consider taking care of your driveway or parking lot. With more than 25 years experience, Harvey Paving and Seal Coating specializes in asphalt maintenance. A fantastic way to extend the life of your asphalt is by taking care of it, and we will fill in all the cracks and seal coat afterwards. This leaves your driveway with a beautiful finish looking like new. Why not increase the curb appeal of your residential or commercial space? Give us a call today at Harvey Paving and Seal Coating for a free quote, 262-0154.
Nicole specializes in electrolysis, which is the only FDA-proven method for permanent hair removal, from eyebrows to toes and everything in between. Let her take care of your unwanted hair. Call 949-3098 to book an appointment.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Welcome back, everyone. A temporary measure to give a boost to Maine's restaurants during the height of the pandemic could soon become permanent. Our David Ledford also has that story.
In those first 6 to 8 months of COVID in 2020, it really gave us a boost in revenue that we probably wouldn't normally see.
On Thursday, the Maine House of Representatives gave final approval to LD 201, a bill to permanently allow cocktails to be sold to go from restaurants and bars. Now, the legislation will head to the desk of Governor Janet Mills before it can become law. In the meantime, restaurant owners have shared their optimism about what the change could mean for the future.
It's been great for a lot of businesses. Some really relied on it more than others, but in general, I think anybody who has liquor, beer or wine was able to generate some more revenue. So if this is something that they want to make permanent, I think that would be great for businesses in the state.
Since the start of the pandemic, 18 states and the District of Columbia have passed laws allowing permanent to-go cocktails, and Maine is one of 14 states that have allowed them on a temporary basis. While some say they are excited for a potential change, safety is still a priority. Under the legislation, drinks must be appropriately labeled, placed in a non-passenger compartment of a vehicle, and accompany a food purchase.
These cocktails have to be placed in sealed containers. It becomes evident to, say, a law enforcement officer or anybody that it is in a container, that it is sealed. So there are those safety measures that are in the bill to ensure that the motor vehicle laws of the state of Maine are followed.
Cocktails to go are intended only for consumption at home. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, they're expecting more people than ever at today's running of the Boston Marathon. They can expect to see more than 30,000 athletes signed up today. Looks like they're going to have some drizzly conditions, maybe some rain there as well. For more on what they and we can expect, let's turn things over to Conrad.
Thank you so much. Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. Locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. All right, folks, we've been spoiled by all this nice, beautiful weather. The last week, we had really warm temperatures, well above average, and a good amount of sunshine. It was perfect to go outside, enjoy yourselves outdoors, get a nice tan. Changes are pretty much happening right now. We do have increasing clouds because another low pressure system is moving on in, and it is this right here. This line of rain and thunderstorms even in some spots. Look at this snow closer to Chicago and into Wisconsin. They are in a wintry scene right now with close to a foot of snow in some spots. There for us, no snow. Temperatures will be well above freezing, so we're looking at just rain moving in today, mostly into those afternoon hours. That's when it really starts to pick up, and then it continues overnight. Once again into Tuesday, we're looking at more chances of rain rolling on in, and then finally by Wednesday, we get clear. But we're looking at possibly around half an inch to even an inch of rainfall in some spots. The coast, this might be slightly underdoing it. Some places will get over half an inch to even 3/4 of an inch of rain. Winds are starting to go calm right now. Not much going on here. The coast, we're looking at a light 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze. So we are pretty calm right now. Temperatures, though, like I said, we have been a very, very mild. Our average should be in those mid-50s. Look what we've been doing the last pretty much a week. We've been in the red a week and a half even, I should say. Temperatures well above our average for this time of year. Now things will go more neutral. So like I said, mid-50s is what we're supposed to have. And that's what we're pretty much going to have this whole entire weekend. Once again, into the weekend. So more of a neutral spring type of vibe coming on in. Today, though, we're looking at more chances of scattered rain showers. Temperatures in those upper 50s. The winds will start to pick up out of the southeast at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight is when it really ramps up. Rain will be heavy at times. Temperatures dropping into those mid-40s. The winds will be even stronger this time, gusting close to 25 to even 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, another scattered rain shower type of day. Temperatures in those upper 50s once again, and a south wind gusting close to 25 miles per hour. Our extended forecast does show a nicer weather finally returning by Wednesday. Then we are clear Thursday into Friday.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
Here at the Eddington store, we have what you're craving. From Holton Dairy Farm products to our daily breakfast, lunch, and dinner specials. Did I mention we have fresh cut meats? From Hamburg to steaks and even fresh produce, we have what you're craving. And while you're here, don't forget your ice cream at the Dairy Bar and homemade whoopie pies. Are you low on fuel? We offer gas, diesel, and propane too. The Eddington store, for more than your average convenience store. We look forward to seeing you.
Take your taste buds on a journey and experience the brand new international menu Tuesday through Thursday only at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub. Every Tuesday, enjoy their delicious French cuisine. On Wednesdays, enjoy their memorable Italian delicacies. And every Thursday, be ready for a fiesta with their Mexican favorites. A full 5-course dinner for just $29.95 per person. And don't forget about their all-you-can-eat seafood Fridays. The Lucerne Inn. Beautiful dining with a delicious view.
On the next Last Man Standing,
I've decided where I want to go to college.
Eve makes a major decision.
And the best part is, the school won't cost you anything, Dad.
Honey, we're gonna get a new boat.
You know what? We could even call it the scholarship.
What school?
West Point.
But can she make the grades?
I got a C on my last geometry test. That's not going to get me into West Point.
That bar in Leedsdale? You just got to tell the bouncer that you left your phone in the ladies' room.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Sure, the driveway looks good now with the snow on it, but you know what will still be under there in the spring? The same cracks, crumbles, and potholes that were there before winter. Call Eaton Paving today. Let's make an appointment to fix those problems when the weather is ready. Eaton Paving and Excavation.
A tragedy at a Sweet 16 birthday celebration in Alabama. 4 people shot dead and multiple others are hurt after a gunman opened fire. The police chief calling it something that no community should ever have to endure. Fox's Charles Watson has more.
Investigators have wrapped up behind me at the scene of the deadly Dadeville, Alabama mass shooting, but so far not a lot of answers in terms of what led to the shooting and why. For most of Sunday, investigators had been focused on this building named Mahogany Masterpiece. A witness tells us he was DJing a Sweet 16 birthday party inside of that building when someone opened fire around 10:30 Central Time Saturday night. The Alabama Law Enforcement Agency confirms at least 4 people were killed and 28 others were injured during the course of the gunfire. Investigators have not said what led to the shooting. Neither have they released the identities of the deceased. Folks in the community tell us at least 3 of the victims who were killed were teenagers. One was recently recruited to play football at Jacksonville State University. For now, Fox News is withholding their names until we get confirmation. But folks who knew them say they weren't the type of kids to get into trouble.
We're blessed. I mean, the kids never got in trouble. Never. I mean, and I'm here, so I know, you know. And I've been knowing all of them since, like I said, since they were 9. Yeah, it's great kids, man. Just something happened. We still don't know what happened.
As for the other victims, many were transported to an area hospital where they were treated and released. Others had to be transferred to different hospitals that could better treat their gunshot wounds. Meantime, President Biden released a statement offering his and the First Lady's prayers. The president goes on to say, quote, "This is outrageous and unacceptable. Americans agree and want lawmakers to act on common sense gun safety reforms. Instead, this past week, Americans saw national Republican elected leaders stand alongside the NRA in a race to the bottom on dangerous laws that further erode gun safety. Our communities need and deserve better." So far, police have not named any suspects.
Charles Watson reporting. A delay this morning in Dominion Voting Systems' $1.6 billion defamation case against Fox News. Opening arguments were set to start today. Well, now there are reports Fox has made a late effort to settle the case. ABC's Lindsay Watts with that story.
This morning, a late-breaking change to a trial 2 years in the making. The judge overseeing Dominion Voting Systems' defamation case against Fox News announced last night he was delaying the case until Tuesday morning. The Wall Street Journal, which is owned by Fox boss Rupert Murdoch, reporting Fox has made a late push to settle the dispute out of court, citing people familiar with the decision. If it proceeds, the high-stakes trial could put some of the biggest names at Fox News on the witness stand.
You're going to see superstar witnesses that could testify.
Dominion is suing Fox News and its parent company, News Corp, for $1.6 billion, arguing the network damaged its business by knowingly airing false claims that Dominion machines rigged the 2020 election in favor of Joe Biden.
It will be impossible to ever know the true, fair, accurate election results.
Dominion alleges that while Fox hosts were promoting election lies on air, they were privately expressing disbelief in texts and emails. Fox has argued it was merely reporting on the allegations because they were newsworthy. But the judge in the case has already ruled Fox can't use that defense, saying just because something is newsworthy doesn't mean you can defame somebody. This morning, a Dominion spokesperson declined to comment on the Wall Street Journal's reporting. Fox News didn't respond to a request for comment.
A press release from the court says the judge will make a statement on the case delay at 9 a.m. Eastern time. It says jury selection will continue tomorrow at 9 a.m. If this trial does proceed, it's expected to last 5 to 6 weeks.
In other news this morning, an Iranian court on Sunday reached a final verdict in its investigation of the 2020 downing of a Ukrainian jetliner by Iran's Revolutionary Guards. The court found 10 people guilty, sentencing the main defendant to 10 years in prison, with others receiving prison terms of between 1 and 3 years. Iran's Revolutionary Guard shot down the Ukraine International Airlines flight on January 8, 2020, shortly after it took off from Tehran Airport. Iran's civil aviation body, which had responsibility for investigating the crash, said the operator mistook the jet for a missile at a time when tensions were high between Tehran and the United States. Many of the 176 people on board were Canadian citizens or permanent residents. The makers of Budweiser and Bud Light are trying to change the narrative surrounding the company with a new ad campaign. It follows a partnership with a transgender influencer that sparked some outrage. ABC's Derek Dennis with that story.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America.
This morning, it's the new Budweiser ad campaign that Anheuser-Busch hopes will help the company ride out a boycott. It features the nostalgia of an iconic Clydesdale galloping through all-American landscapes with men grabbing a couple of cold ones together.
This is a story bigger than beer.
The ad coming 2 weeks after Bud Light's partnership with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney.
This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it.
Mulvaney's post drew the ire of some Bud Light enthusiasts, including celebrities like Kid Rock, who played target practice with the beer. What the new ad campaign doesn't offer is an explanation for Bud Light breaking away from its traditional male-oriented advertising in favor of a trans actress with 10 million followers on TikTok. Anheuser-Busch CEO Brendan Whitworth saying, "We never intended to be part of a discussion that divides people. We are in the business of bringing people together over beer."
I'm not, though, for destroying an American and iconic company for something like this.
Donald Trump Jr., speaking out on his podcast, defended Anheuser-Busch, praising the company for donating to many Republicans.
Frankly, they don't participate in the same woke garbage that other people in the beer industry actually do, who are significantly worse offenders.
Bud Light's marketing director has said the brand is in decline and needs to evolve and be more inclusive.
That was Derek Dennis reporting. Still to come here on the second half of our show, what is described as the world's most powerful rocket is expected to be launched into space as soon as this morning. That and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hi, I need new tires. Perfect timing. Right now, during our tire savings event, when you buy 3 tires, you get the 4th for only $1. Wow, that's a great deal. Right? Can you imagine finding a tire for less?
Sorry, honey. Mama needs a tire.
No, definitely not. No. Let's get you those tires. Okay.
Right now, during our tire savings event, buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
At Hood, our love for New England inspired New England Creamery. We make it with premium Hood milk and cream, then we overload it with the good stuff. Like Green Mountain Mint Chip with a rich, fudgy swirl. Maine Sweet Blueberry with real, delicious blueberries. And Cape Cod Fudge Shop, packed with fudgy truffles. Hood's New England Creamery. From Hood, for New England. Try all 13 flavors.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Well, today is Monday, April 17th, 2023. It's also International Day of Mastering Conversations That Matter. The ability to communicate is what separates us from all the other species in the world. The advancements in medical science and technology testify to what humans are capable of, and all these achievements can be traced back to an idea that was shared, discussed, and debated. Important conversations have helped build empires from scratch, and the lack of them has resulted in their fall. Not just empires, but relationships tend to break apart with poor communication. So it's a good time to remind people to talk about it. Don't let problems fester. And if you have ideas, talk about them too. They might come to fruition. Well, on this day in history, in 1524, New York Harbor was discovered by Giovanni de Verrazzano. He was an Italian explorer who discovered a number of areas and was the first to name them after people or places in the Old World. In 1964, Jerry Mock became the first woman to fly an airplane solo around the world. In 1961, about 1,400 U.S.-supported Cuban exiles invaded Cuba at the Bay of Pigs in an attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro. It was an unsuccessful attack. And finally, in 1970, Apollo 13 safely returned to Earth after an onboard explosion from an oxygen tank put that crew in jeopardy. Today's birthdays include singer Liz Phair, who is 56, actress Jennifer Gardner is 51, actress Spice Girl Victoria Beckham is 49, and finally actor Sean Bean is 64. All right, time to check out your forecast once again. Kind of a gray start to the day today, as we've been hearing some areas also seeing some fog out there, so you may want to take it easy with that if you see any fog. Otherwise, it looks like it will just be kind of drizzly today before the rain picks up later on. Here's Conrad with more.
Thank you so much, and good morning to you. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. All right, folks, we made it to good morning. Big changes on the way today, though. We had a good amount of sunshine the last several days today, and not the same story. We're actually going to have more chances of rain. Visibilities are low right now all over the state. Millinocket into our town, same story. And right by the coast, we're looking at fog. This is not rain falling. This is fog all over the area. So be careful if you're driving for that morning commute today. I know it's a Monday. We're all pretty much going to work. Temperatures, though, we will take these any day. Pretty much 50 degrees down the board. Even the coast, Rockland, Bar Harbor, into Machias, we're looking at some upper 40s. So a really nice and pleasant start to the day today. Later on today, we're going to warm up slightly, not much. We'll be hovering in those upper 50s, morning dense fog, and then we finally clear up, but rain will be the issue today. Tonight is when it really starts to ramp up. The winds will start to be more on the windy end. Rain will become heavy, and temperatures will be dropping into those mid-40s. Tomorrow, a deja vu day from today. More scattered rain showers throughout the day. Temperatures once again in those upper 50s. The south wind will be blowing at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Later today, we're looking at temperatures starting to rise with more chances of rain moving on in.
All right, thank you very much, Conrad. Well, now to the world's most powerful rocket. It could launch as early as this morning. Elon Musk is literally shooting for the stars, but he's also trying to bring expectations back down to earth. ABC's Andrew Dimber with more.
Overnight, Elon Musk tempering expectations as his company, SpaceX, prepares to launch Starship, its most ambitious rocket yet, into space.
If we get far enough away from the launch pad before something goes wrong, then I think I would consider that to be a success.
Starship is the largest and most powerful rocket ever built. In a Twitter discussion Sunday, Musk noted the challenges that go along with putting the nearly 400-foot tall vehicle into space.
Got 33 engines on the booster, got 6 engines on the upper stage of the ship. So it's a lot of engines. It's like having a box of grenades, really big grenades.
If all goes perfectly, Starship will launch from Texas and minutes later will leave the atmosphere before completing a partial lap of the planet and splashing down near Hawaii. Should all of that happen, it would be a resounding success, considering Musk is just hoping the rocket won't explode on the launch pad.
It would take us probably several months to rebuild the launch pad if we melt it. So my top hope is, please, may fate smile upon us and we clear the launch pad before anything goes wrong. That's all I'm asking.
Musk has a lot riding on Starship. SpaceX has a multi-billion-dollar contract with NASA, which has selected a variation of Starship for use in a moon landing set for 2025. But Musk has even more ambitious goals.
So we've got an arduous, 2 or 3 years ahead of us with probably, many bumps on the road. But at the end of that, we should have something that enables a base on the moon and a base on Mars.
Unlike many previous launches, the company is not trying to recover parts of the spacecraft or booster. In this case, it wants the rocket stages to sink to the bottom of the ocean so that no one can retrieve the technology.
Andrew Dimber reporting. Let's hope all goes well today. We'll still head on Good Morning Maine. Ryan Sudol with all today's sports news. Don't go away.
I've been in a few accidents and had surgery on my right foot first and contracted a blood disorder. I had quite a few seizures after that and then had a massive stroke. That was a really rough time in my life. Donna has helped me through so much. She knew exactly what I was going through, and she made sure that I had nurses in my home. She helps me with all of my medications. She coordinates all my rides to any facility I need to go to. She talks to my doctors personally. Thanks to Donna, I'm sitting in my own home and I'm getting the care I need and I'm getting all the therapy I need. It's made my life tremendously easier.
Hey, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Donna?
I am okay. How's your morning been? You're not overdoing, are you?
No, I'm not overdoing it.
Okay, remember you are in recovery. You come first.
She gives me hope. She gives me faith. She puts a smile on my face every time I talk to her. I call her my second sister, and I've never even met her. Hello.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it is good to meet you.
I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you've done for me.
That's what I'm here for. I love being able to make your life easier when I can and get you the care you need.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'll never forget you.
Never forget you either, buddy.
If I didn't have Donna in my life, I don't think that I'd be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
This is the USFL Dragons USDA Prime Time Football.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Last week we brought you all the Sourdaps Cook Stream Race, but that was just the appetizer for the big one. Saturday was the annual Kentucky Stream Race, and many waited with bated breath to see if one legend could win another crown. Take a look.
3, 2, 1, go!
On Saturday, nearly 700 paddlers participated in the 56th annual Kentucky Stream Race.
There's people from Canada, California, we have somebody from Germany here, Texas. There are people that come all over to this race.
Plenty of folks were just chasing the rapids, but for some, the only thing they were chasing was the king of the Kentucky.
I think the winner's going to be Trevor again. He's very persistent, so we'll be keeping an eye on him.
Coming into Saturday, Nova Scotia's Trevor McLean won the last 13 races he'd paddled in, and a record 16 overall.
I've come in second place 5 times behind Trevor McLean. And the one year he couldn't come across the border, I won. But when he shows up, I'm settling for second place.
But what is it that makes McLean the stud that he is? Well, his upbringing certainly didn't hurt.
I started paddling when I was 11. I grew up about 200 meters away from a flat water race course with 3 canoe clubs.
And Trevor was supposed to be going to karate classes after school, but he continued to just come home soaking wet every day.
Good thing he skipped those classes because McLean is schooling this race year after year. But he doesn't do it for the shine.
I'll be 47 this year. You got to stay active. You got to do something, as you get older. And it's a good reason to stay active through the winter and, start paddling in the spring to come down here and take a run down the Kentucky Stream.
And as is the norm, he didn't just run. McLean sprinted to the finish in 2 hours and 10 minutes, enough for his 17th win.
A little bit quicker than I thought it was going to be today, but today was great weather, and I mean, always fun to come out on top.
That takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment, and it's just, he makes it look easy.
Just a legend. Okay, while we were at the race, Maine softball kicked off their home weekend series with a doubleheader against UMass Lowell. Black Bears trying to break a 4-game losing streak, and Game 1 was a thriller. Let's start in the top of the first. Lowell is going to strike first. Morgan Fisher grounds one up the middle. That'll score Tori Mueller. It's 1-0 Hawks. Bottom of the fourth now. It's 2-0 until Izzy Nieblas puts one through the hole. Katie Jo Murray is going to slide into home. It's 2-1. Then bottom 7, Kelby Drews up for Maine. She blasts one right into the gap in right center. Madison Hand comes all the way from first to score. It is 2-2. And then a couple batters later, Murray. She's going to hit one hard to short. Here comes Grace McGoldrick at home, but the throw goes wide. Maine wins it. It's their second walk-off in as many home wins. Black Bears take Game 1 3-2. And now for Game 2. Let's start top of the first. Lowell already up 1-0, and Emily Tao with a slow roller to short. Everything goes too fast as Mueller scores from third. 2-0 Hawks. Top 4 now. 3-0. Mueller at the plate. That one just gets through. Elizabeth Frederick is going to slide into home. Hawks up 4 now. Maine had some trouble on the bats in this one, but they had some nice defensive plays. Watch Anna Margaitis laying out for this one to end the top of the fourth. Nice catch. But in the fifth, here's Maya Case. She nails one towards Margaitis, and she can't handle it. That allows Frederick to score to make it 5-0. That would be the final, as this doubleheader is split. Okay, let's stay with the Black Bears now. Maine baseball. I mean, come on. They're 10-0 in America East play. They beat the second-ranked team in the conference, Binghamton, on Friday. Could they make it 11-0 in their second game of the series on Saturday? Yes, they could. Black Bears win it 5-4 off of 5 hits. The winning pitcher for the game for the Black Bears was Gianni Gambardella with 4 innings pitched and 4 Ks. And the big bats for Maine were Jeremiah Jenkins, 1 for 2. That one was a 3-run home run. And then Dylan McNary, 1 for 3, but that one counted. Game-winning home run in the 8th inning. The Black Bears are 11-0 in America East play. Okay, let's talk playoff basketball, shall we? Big day Saturday as the 2-seeded Celtics kicked off the postseason in Game 1 of the Eastern Conference quarterfinals against the Hawks. Celtics looking to defend their Eastern Conference title, and they looked every bit the contender here. First quarter, Jason Tatum with it. Just a nasty step back from range, and it is good. Celtics up 10 after 1. Second quarter, Hawks just couldn't get it done from deep at all. Here's Trae Young, brick. DeAndre Hunter, brick. Hawks shot 17% from deep. Yikes. Still second quarter. Celtics up 17. Marcus Smart catches a cutting Jaylen Brown, and that masked man is on a mission with that jam. Later on, Derek White, the oop to Rob Williams. A 45-point second quarter and a 30-point lead at the half. Finally, in the third, Brown can't get the first attempt to go, but gets his own rebound, the putback, and the foul. Brown with 29 points. Boston wins Game 1, 112-99. And now for some other scores from the area. Division III softball, Husson beat UMF in both games of their doubleheader, 8-0 in 6 innings each. And unfortunately, Husson baseball cannot do the same. They get swept by Colby on the road, 5-1 in Game 1, 7-1 in Game 2. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
NexGard is the flea and tick protection that's #1 with vets. Your vet trusts it for her patients and her own dog. Plus, its delicious beef flavor is #1 with dogs. Use with caution in dogs with a history of seizures or neurologic disorders. Ask your vet about NexGard.
Spring into action. Time to get out there and enjoy the spring weather in your new all-wheel drive Toyota. Because right now, at the Toyota Spring Sales Event, you could save up to $1,500 with affordable 3.99% financing on most four-wheel drive Tacoma models. And every Tacoma comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance and more. So come get your savings, then get out there. Your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
Spring into action.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
Inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces,
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
we look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
Feeling good, feeling great, feeling great, feeling good.
Oh, okay. I was going to say exactly that.
25 words or less.
Feeling great, feeling good, feeling great, feeling good, feeling great.
5 days a week.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Online romance can potentially set you up for being scammed, and a university study tells what to look out for to prevent it. 3 researchers at the University of Alberta in the UK say in a study you can spot the stages of a potential fraudster in an online dating site. The scientists screened hundreds of studies to explain how romance fraud happens. They say scammers will use manipulation tactics such as curiosity, flattery, pet names, or poetry, using machine systems that can identify those linguistic patterns can help spot fake profiles as well. Be careful, you never know what you're doing out there. Well, a study says 100,000 nurses left nursing during the pandemic. The study from the National Council of State Boards of Nursing also says 610,000 nurses say they may leave the profession by 2027. Many more under 40 are considering the same. Those considering leaving total about 1/5 of all nurses in the U.S. 45% say they're burned out. The effects were most notable among nurses with less than 10 years of service. All right, certainly not good news there. All right, let's check out your weather forecast. A couple of dreary days to start the work week before things start to brighten up around here. Here's Conrad with the details.
Thank you so much. Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices. Locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. All right, folks, we've been spoiled by all this nice, beautiful weather. The last week, we had really warm temperatures, well above average, and a good amount of sunshine. It was perfect to go outside, enjoy yourselves, the outdoors, get a nice tan. Changes are pretty much happening right now. We do have increasing clouds because another low pressure system is moving on in, and it is this right here. This line of rain and thunderstorms even in some spots. Look at this snow closer to Chicago and into Wisconsin. They are in a wintry scene right now with close to 1 foot of snow in some spots there. For us, no snow. Temperatures will be well above freezing, so we're looking at just rain moving in today, mostly into those afternoon hours. That's when it really starts to pick up, and then it continues overnight. Once again into Tuesday, we're looking at more chances of rain rolling on in, and then finally by Wednesday, we get clear. But we're looking at possibly around 1/2 inch to even 1 inch of rainfall in some spots. The coast, this might be slightly underdoing it. Some places will get over 1/2 inch to even 3/4 of an inch of rain. Winds are starting to go calm right now. Not much going on here. The coast, we're looking at a light 5 to 10 mile per hour breeze. So we are pretty calm right now. Temperatures, though, like I said, we have been very, very mild. Our average should be in those mid-50s. Look what we've been doing the last pretty much week. We've been in the red a week and a half even, I should say. Temperatures well above our average for this time of year. Now things will go more neutral. So like I said, mid-50s is what we're supposed to have. And that's what we're pretty much going to have this whole entire weekend. Once again, into the weekend, so more of a neutral spring type of vibe coming on in. Today, though, we're looking at more chances of scattered rain showers. Temperatures in those upper 50s. The winds will start to pick up out of the southeast at around 10 to 20 miles miles per hour. Tonight is when it really ramps up. Rain will be heavy at times. Temperatures dropping into those mid-40s. The winds will be even stronger this time, gusting close to 25 to even 30 miles per hour. Tomorrow, another scattered rain shower type of day. Temperatures in those upper 50s once again, and a south wind gusting close to 25 miles per hour. Our extended forecast does show a nicer weather finally returning by Wednesday. Then we are clear Thursday into Friday.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
No matter what type of dog you have or cat you have, Frontline Plus lets you take them everywhere, no matter how you define it. Frontline, the #1 name in flea and tick protection.
Does your vehicle need a little more work? Have an odd sound coming from somewhere? Bring it over to Jackson's Automotive in Old Town. We have the best technicians and offer a fair price. We also accept all aftermarket protection plans. Now, if you're unable to drive your vehicle to us, we can help you get it here. Also, if you'd like to protect your vehicle for years to come, we offer Wool Wax undercarriage protection. We're located at 546 Main Street in Old Town. Give us a call at 827-2676.
This is our latest hearing aid, packed with 20th century technology. Why beige? To blend in. You're behind your ear. You know, so it's almost invisible.
You mean like this?
How did you do that?
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
There is so much here for you. All you have to do is take it.
Fantasy Island, tonight on Fox.
It's a messy job, but one that has sweet benefits.
It's obviously very special to be able to work for a small local business like this. Yeah, the perks are good. You know, all the ice cream you can eat.
We'll give you the scoop on Stone Fox Creamery, tonight on Fox 22, News at 10.
Looking to buy or sell a home? The More True team of Better Homes and Gardens works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. Give the ladies of the More True team a call today or visit their Facebook page.
Oh, Cocaine Bear and other digital, DVD, and music releases are available to add to your home library. Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has more.
A bear did cocaine.
Topping this week's list of what's new in home entertainment, Elizabeth Banks' horror comedy Cocaine Bear centers on a 500-pound black bear that goes on a drug-fueled rampage after finding and eating several packages of cocaine.
We're gonna wake them up.
Magic Mike's Last Dance features Channing Tatum taking the stage one last time as the popular stripper who heads to London for a new opportunity offered to him by a wealthy socialite played by Salma Hayek.
This ring means commitment.
Diane Keaton, Richard Gere, Susan Sarandon, and William H. Macy are among the star-studded cast of Maybe I Do. The rom-com centers on a young couple who is trying to figure out the next step in their relationship and decide to plan a dinner for their parents. But the gathering takes a drastic turn when they discover their parents already know each other.
The name is Philip Marlowe.
Liam Neeson is a down-on-his-luck detective hired to find the ex-lover of a glamorous heiress in the 1930s noir crime thriller Marlowe.
Miss Emily Bronte.
The period drama Emily imagines the life of the famous author Emily Bronte.
You did what you had to do.
Sam Worthington plays an ex-Special Forces operative forced into the criminal underworld to protect his son in transfusion. A young woman loses touch with reality when she becomes obsessed with gaining fame as a social media influencer in the psychological thriller Poser.
This job is not like any other job.
The action crime thriller Righteous Thieves centers on a secret organization stealing back paintings stolen by the Nazis during World War II. And for music fans, Grammy-winning guitar virtuosos Rodrigo y Gabriela released their new album In Between Thoughts, A New World.
That was Ashley Dvorkin reporting. Well, summer vacation time is near, and there are ways to enjoy without paying sky-high prices. Lifestyle journalist Trey Badge says start out by traveling midweek when prices are lowest. Also, use apps like Hopper or even Google Flights to help track low flight costs. Check your airline directly, as they may also offer lower rates than rate comparing sites. Look at deal sites for hotels and consider vacation rental units, which may give you more space. And also, bringing in groceries to those rental units may also help you save on all those meal costs as well. And finally, Krispy Kreme is pairing with two recognizable cookies